Welcome guys. So yeah, so this video is actually, it was done a while back. It's for the GR86 suspension, I just wanted to kind of sort of a quick review of the Racelands because you know, I want to say they did last for about 13,000 miles. But shout out to this user on YouTube. He asked for a quick update on the coilovers and it reminded me to make the video, so hey, shout out to you, and I appreciate the follow after I responded. But yeah, so this is just going over basically if you're coming, you have a GR86 and then you want to go back to OEM suspension, but then like you lost the bolts and screws, which is what I did. I lost the nuts and everything, so I had to like test and find the actual nuts that would fit, you know, because obviously I could go to dealer and get it directly, but I wanted to get something off Amazon, get the right size. So but basically what happened with the Racelands, they never blew out, so they worked actually very well during the track days. And the reason why I even begun to like swap out a suspension in the first place is because I was hearing this clunking sound, only to find out that it was the rear strut bar, or the sway bar, and shout out to Darnell for finding that out. But basically I didn't grease the bushings well, so which that's why it caused the low, or it's like the low sound I was hearing in the back. But because of that sound I was hearing, it made me like, oh wow, maybe my suspension's going out. So I didn't know there was an issue with my suspension until I actually finally took it out at the Raceland. So I was like, you know what, it's just good time. I want to go to an OEM setup with the Tein Lowering springs. And you know, the plus side of a setup like that is it's just simple. You know, you just swap out your springs. You know, the trickiest part is the spring compressors, but once you can get over that and get everything on tight, I mean, you're good to go.
These were on my 22 GR86 for about, I want to say 13,000 miles. And the reason I did take them off as well, one, I wanted to test out the Tein H-Tech springs with OEM Shocks and compare that. So these shocks have been through 3 HPDE track events, and they actually did very well. Like, I had no complaints. The car handled well, and for daily driving it rode smooth. But after about, I would say 10,000 miles, I started hearing like squeaking sounds from the back. And if you can see, I don't know if this actually causes it, but if you look, this is one of the rear shocks, the boot. I mean, you can see it's like torn, and on top of that, like you can see here, like the rubber's like wedged into, you know, the shock, if you can see that. And no matter how hard I pull, it's like really in there. So, and that's just one side, and then this is a front. The front also has boot tearage, but I don't see anything stuck in the shock, which is good, but it's like it's torn, so dust and dirt can get in there. This is the other rear as well. This also had the boot failure. As you can see, look at it, it's all just torn up. And then if we look, this has sort of the same situation where it's just you know, wedged up into the shock there. I don't know what causes that, but that's that one. And then this is the front rear shock, also the same thing, boot just torn apart, exposed shock. You know, nothing is stuck in here though, luckily. Everything's free there. But yes, and you know, they're not blown, which is good as well. But I just, you know, so I'm going to send these to Racelands and see what they think about it. But that's how they look so far. And, you know, I look forward to seeing how the Teins perform.
Either way, I was able to test Raceland's warranty. So I sent them a picture. I was like, hey, you know, this started happening. Can I get replacements? And they said, yeah, no problem. So I actually sent them out the bad ones, and then they sent me a brand new pair of rears. Now the only trade-off is, you know, even though they have a lifetime warranty and it was valid, you have to pay for the shipping to ship it back to them. But then I believe they pay for shipping back to you. So, but that is just annoying. You know, even though they have a lifetime warranty, it's labor that you have to remove your suspension, take off the spring, or you know, you have to remove your suspension, send it back, and if you don't have a backup like suspension, then you're kind of, you know, shit out of luck. Like, you just don't have a car without suspension. So hopefully you'll have factory suspension you can put in while they're going through the return process. So that is like the trade-off, but their lifetime warranty, they did honor it. So I will give them props on that. It's just unfortunate that you do, you know, sometimes we'll come into a quality control issue like what I did. But hey, like I said, the lifetime warranty is valid, and you know, that was at 13,000 miles. So like, do you want to, you know, factor in, do you want to do it every 10 to 15,000 miles? Something may happen and you may have to strip it out, and then, so I don't know, it just comes, you know, down to, yeah, you kind of get what you pay for. But I will say, like I said, they never blew out on me. It's just the dust boot covers started separating. Other than that, they perform great. So that's it. So let's go ahead and jump over to just a quick overview of installing the Tein lowering springs on the OEM shocks. I already had the OEM shocks. I had to buy those separately used. And then I was able to put on the Tein springs on, and then find the nuts and bolts, which I'll put in the video. You can see what size, but yeah, we'll get to that right now. All right, so I got the rears apart. I ordered the springs, so I'm just waiting on the springs to come from Cami Speed. But once they come, I'm gonna, you know, install the Tein H-Techs, and then also I think I'm gonna have to trim the bump stop. So we'll do that depending on what the instructions say when it comes in. But that's the rear. And if you're wondering, if you ever lose the nuts for the top OEM shocks, it is a M10 for the rear, and the front is M8. So that's all you need if, in case you need to get replacements. The M10 works for the rear, and then M8 for the fronts. But yeah, so yeah, can't wait to get those springs on. And this pass-through wrench comes in clutch if you're doing lowering springs for the GR. But yeah, so springs are off, so I'm just waiting on the Tein H-Techs from Cami Speed, and I'm curious to compare the ride with OEM springs, well, OEM shocks with lowering springs versus the Raceland Coilover system. So yeah, looking forward to see how they do. Right, and that was pretty much it. Hopefully that was helpful in case you need to reference, you know, what the H-Techs would look like, and also what nuts you may need to buy just in case you lost your, you know, your top hat nuts or anything at all. But hopefully that helps. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.